come in here with a Turkish story to hear and play. It's called Turkish for the Beats. It takes place for 40 years here in Arabia. Once, there was a man named Omar play like a drum beats. Together they hear for the sound like the beat of drum, the snare, and the bongo. And they hear for their singers about the job with Omar. Because we got to know what greater than Turkish. And whenever there's joy of love and play for Turkish as we play for their team in Turkey. Then they use the flute, the sax, and the sniff slicer. It will prepare and create the beats for their Turkish family. And together, we celebrate the joy of family in Turkey. Also prepare for their dream, for the joy of team. We love to share, to sing, love, and play along. Omar introduced Adele, play as a team, and the joy for the beat in Turkish. The end.
Live from KMSB-TV Tucson. This is your 24-hour news channel in Southern Arizona. Now, News 11 Tucson at 6.
A bad accident on charge covered firefighter on the house in Tucson and Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Good evening, thank you for joining us. A firefighter sold out for their caught on house. The firefighter breaking news at this hour for the law about the field. And the student had a 6 on News 11 Tucson. Coming up, a new tradition on the Olympics. Atlanta, Georgia, 96. Who will be waiting for this competition? Sports director John Lucas is there. We'll find out for this competition, quote, coming up after this. And
yeah. Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm
we'll find out next. This is News 11 Tucson at 6.
Ted Coffey, Maureen McGuire, Weather and Matt Road, and Sports with John Lucas. You're watching News 11 Tucson at 6 on your 24-hour news channel in Southern Arizona.
Start your mornings informed and ready with KMSB News 11 Daybreak. Bringing you the latest breaking news, accurate weather forecasts, and traffic updates to keep your day on track. With the trusted voices you know, delivering the stories that matter most to Southern Arizona. Set the tone for a successful day. Join us on KMSB News 11 Daybreak, weekday mornings at 6. Your day starts here.
Now to your Self-Counsel 11 with Heather Allroll.
Student can't hear me for the job, Heather. Yes, that's right. You couldn't resist about the health being quarter. Yes. Tell us about the health. Okay. Just calm down for a bit. Look, the health about the strongest muscle. The health, if you do, it was cluing for their success. Find out. Hi, it's John Lucas. Coming up in sports, what of winning for their competition for the Olympic 96? Even when the balls, soccer ball, play wrong tricks, and the athlete, you could run for the race. Find out when News 11 Tucson continues in just a few minutes. Straight ahead.
Fox 11 Tucson now, and the Tucson Padres are back for another great season of AAA baseball. Come out to Keno Stadium for Budweiser Thirsty Thursdays, as all regular 16-ounce beer and soft drinks are only $1.50, starting when the gates open at 6. This Thursday's game, your Tucson Padres take on the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, starting at 7 p.m. Tickets on sale at the Keno Stadium box office or by phone at 434-1367. For more information, visit TucsonPadres.com. Sponsored by these great partners and Fox 11 Tucson Now.
This is Fox 11 KMSB-TV.
Well, it's time for Sports 11. Olympic coverage tonight. Isn't that right, John? You know it is. Are we, Maureen? Yes, it was. Okay, now for the Olympic 96 is coming on NBC, 2 TV4, and all around.
Tonight on the Night Beat and Live.
A massive coverage of sports at the Olympic Games. I'm Tad Cuppy, and I'm Maureen McGuire on News 11 Tucson Night Beats, a winning competition for the Olympic Games. Find out later. I'm Matt Bro with the weather later. Join us tonight on the Night Beat on News 11 Tucson, your 24-hour news channel in southern Arizona.
Here are tonight's stockings in Tucson. Good luck.
Covering the news for all of West Texas. News West 9 at 6 starts now.
No motive for murder, but Big Spring police have a suspect. A husband sits in jail tonight accused of killing his wife. It happened at their home on
an all-new Voyager. You'll come face to face with the last face you'd ever expect to see in the 24th century. This face.
This is Leonardo da Vinci we're talking about.
But what is he doing here? The real question is, can he rescue Janeway from alien terrorists?
Escape, senorita, is very near.
This will be a Voyager for the history books.
Tonight at 10:30 on 16 WAPT.
Now, from Jackson's Emmy Award-winning station, this is 16 WAPT News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Katina Rankin. Two suspects wanted in connection with the Leake County robbery murder are behind bars tonight. 16 WAPT's Calandra Wright reports on how the two suspects led police to their hideaway.
In a strange twist of fate, a set of twins wanted for murder literally called in their location to police. Police say David and Dwayne George and Lorraine Kelly of Camden are suspects in the killing of a Leake County convenience store clerk. 54-year-old Merle Triplett was shot and killed Wednesday at the Oasis convenience store on State Highway 35, just north of Carthage. Jackson officers paged David and Dwayne George, hoping they would return the call. Well, they did, and a caller ID box revealed their location.
Precinct 3 officers Scott Albrecht and Vincent Grizel were assigned to handle the case. They searched all day yesterday looking for these two individuals. They received.
You're watching Katina Rankin. Brett Bullers on sports. And Ross Runner, next Red 16 weather on 16 WAPT News.
Jackson police are trying to send a strong message to drunk drivers this holiday weekend. Stay off the streets. Jackson police are setting up roadblocks like this one at Mays and West Streets. Police are checking for drunk drivers, expired license tags.
Next Red 16 weather is brought to you by Big Ten Tires and Accessories. The right tire, the right price.
Now, Ross Runner with your next Red 16 weather forecast.
Welcome back to 16 WAPT News at 10. Next Red 16 Skycam overlooking the city tonight, and you do see the patchy fog. In fact, it's very dense in some locations across the region, so make sure you take it easy if you're headed out late tonight and especially early tomorrow morning. Current temperature at the airport in Jackson, we're holding at 61 degrees with humidity. That's as high as it'll go at 100%. Pressure's falling, 29.71 inches, winds out of the south at 5. We had a high temperature today of 67 degrees after a low of 58, and we actually got down to 58 degrees about 8 o'clock this evening. Now,
still ahead, Jackson State tries Western Illinois in their playoff game, and we'll show highlights of the Egg Bowl. Brett Bullers and sports next.
Now, 16 WAPT Sports with Brett Bullers.
Good evening. For nearly a century now, Mississippi State and Ole Miss have battled on the football field. What's left to say about this rivalry, except this year, both teams needed to win to realistically receive a bowl berth. Like a year ago, the field was wet, and we all remember State won that contest 17-0, but this beginning resembled more of 1990 when things got ugly before the coin flip here in Jackson. Order was restored and no one was ejected in this passionate rivalry. The Rebels take out their frustrations on their opening possession. Ole Miss goes 71 yards on 13 plays. Stuart Patridge finds Andre.
Turn to your local and world news source, News Source 13.
From WOKR, Rochester, this is News Source 13.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Miranda. Thanks for joining us tonight. Well, it is a peace deal that Sudanese people around the world and here in our area have been praying for decades. Sudan's vice president and a top rebel leader have signed the pact to end a violent 21-year civil war there. Since 1983, rebels have been fighting for autonomy. It's believed as many as 2 million people have died in the conflict.
You're watching News Source 13 with Kristen Miranda, meteorologist Richard McCullough, and Tracy Bush on sports. News Source 13. More local news, more local experience.
Life has changed in Italy. The law is considered one of Europe's toughest. Health figures show that more than 1/4 of Italians smoke. It will still be allowed in restaurants with separate smoking rooms. Well, the Consumer Electronics Show is full of extremes. Oregon Scientific is promoting what it says is the world's smallest MP3 player. It looks like a small box of matches and can easily fit on a chain around your neck. Now, on the other extreme...
That's it. This is the end for... here's the last WOKR meteorological forecast. Snow.
They'll be here this weekend. They'll be here this weekend.
That's right. Well, from Glenn. Just in a different form. On Monday, 13 WAPT-TV.
The immigration laws of 1996 are harsh. They threaten to disrupt our economic progress, separate families, and deny us the ability to compete in the new millennium. Becoming a U.S. citizen costs twice what it used to. We must not support anti-immigrant sentiments. We must be kind to the stranger. Urge your congressperson to roll back the immigration laws of 1996.
Good afternoon and welcome to the UPN9 Sunday Movie. More cyborgs are being created to destroy the world, but this time the ultimate assassin is female. Cyborg 2, The Glass Shadow, is next.